We have more high fire danger across the lower elevations today. The I-25 corridor into eastern Colorado, all tracking another day of gusty wind and low humidity with red flag warnings in place. Now by this evening, a cold front is going to sweep through, drop our temperatures and bring us a chance at some rain and snow. The rest of this week, kind of some mild ups and downs. As far as those red flag warnings are concerned, very similar coverage zone to yesterday. We're looking at winds gusting up to about 50 miles per hour. This includes the Denver metro area. We saw some grass fires break out yesterday. Possibility is there that more of that could happen today. And again, with these gusty winds, that rapid fire spread is possible. Taking you into the afternoon, that's when these winds are really going to start to crank up down into southern Colorado, expecting some very strong gusty winds. Of course, here in the Denver area, looking at these 20 to 40 mile per hour winds throughout the day today, gusting as high as about 50. We're going to continue to see winds through the evening, but the wind will shift out of the north as we usher in that cold front. That said, high wind warnings will remain in place for parts of eastern Colorado and down to the south into tomorrow as we're going to continue to see these strong gusty winds. Temperatures for your Tuesday afternoon about 10 degrees cooler for most areas, 10 to 15 degrees cooler than yesterday. Headed for highs in the upper 50s, low 60s across the Front Range. Out into eastern Colorado, could see a few low 70s. The mountains only warming into the 30s today as they set the stage for some high country snow. That precipitation will continue to lift into the mountains throughout the mid-morning and into the early afternoon, as shown here on Futurecast. That snow becoming a little more widespread today. Now, we along the I-25 corridor down into eastern Colorado will continue to stay dry through the vast majority of the afternoon. By this evening, a cold front will come through. It's going to quickly drop our temperatures and bring in a chance at some rain and snow. So as you're heading home from work tonight, likely to start to see some of that precipitation develop. Could be a little bit of rain, maybe a sloppy rain-snow mix for us. Overnight, better chance at that turning over into more snow. Still not expecting much here in Denver. We could see a little bit of accumulation, but looks like it kind of surrounds us up into the high country and taking us out into parts of eastern Colorado. So we here across the Denver metro, up I-25 into northern Colorado, not expecting a ton of snow in the way of accumulation. You'll see that here on our Futurecast accumulations, but as you're jumping on I-70 and heading out into eastern Colorado, could run into a little bit more snow, and that's where blowing snow could become a concern. Down toward the Palmer Divide, maybe a slushy 1 to 2 inches of snow possible there, but the mountains are expecting to see the most of this with winter weather advisories in place until 6 o'clock tomorrow morning. About 12 inches of as much as 12 inches of snow possible up into the high country with some breezy conditions out there. So some good news for the mountains, getting a lot of fresh new snow. As far as tomorrow is concerned, we will be clearing, but a little breezy and cooler. Temperatures only in the 40s, so not going to be all that warm going into tomorrow afternoon, but we start to see those temps rebound. We'll hang on to the breeze through the weekend, but those temperatures start to build back into the 60s going into Saturday. And then by early next week, it looks like we start to warm back up. Could see some 70s return by Wednesday of next week.